Every time you send an email or search online, you're touching a ghost, a legacy born from tragedy. It began with Wendy Murdoch, whose life ended not from lack of medicine, but from information that couldn't travel fast enough to save her. Her husband, Robert, built the world we now inhabit to ensure no one would die the way she did. The internet, so seamless and ever-present, is a memorial to her absence, a testament that connection can save us. Wendy's story isn't a footnote in technology's history, it's the reason the page exists at all. Wendy Murdoch was a librarian from Bristol, living a quiet, joyful life with her husband, Robert. In 1980, a sudden, blinding headache changed everything. Robert rushed her to the hospital, but doctors were stymied by slow, disconnected systems. Test results on paper, x-rays in envelopes, specialists only reachable by phone or mail. A London specialist suspected a rare aneurysm, but there was no way to send brain scans instantly. By the time the films arrived, it was too late. Wendy died, not from her illness, but from the time it took for information to travel. Her loss exposed a fatal flaw. Information bottlenecks could be deadly. Alone in the hospital, Robert replayed the days as a series of information failures. Delayed phone calls, slow lab results, handwritten notes. The knowledge to save Wendy existed, but it was trapped, unable to reach those who needed it. Robert named this problem information isolation, a silent killer lurking in every disconnected system. We could send a man to the moon, but not a medical image across 100 miles in seconds. That night, Robert left the hospital a changed man, determined to destroy information isolation. He saw its consequences everywhere, but nowhere more brutally than in medicine. His mission was clear: build bridges between islands of knowledge, so no one else would lose a loved one to silence. Grief became Robert's fuel. He quit his job, turning his home into a chaotic lab, obsessed with a single goal: make information instantly accessible anywhere. He called it the Wendy Project, a universal network to ensure a doctor in Bristol could share a patient's file with a specialist in London, Tokyo, or New York in seconds. He devised protocols for computers to speak a common language, sending data in resilient packets across a web of phone lines. Robert poured his savings into the project, working in isolation, driven by loss. Others doubted him, but they didn't see Wendy's face in every line of code. He wasn't just building a network, he was building a promise. Over a decade, Robert's Wendy project evolved into the Universal Information Protocol, UIP. He realized the problem of information isolation was universal, so the solution had to be too. UIP's core decentralization and packet switching, data broken into packets, each finding its own way, reassembled at the end. This made the network resilient, with no single point of failure. Established companies scoffed, but a small community saw the genius in Robert's vision. He published, presented, and slowly became the quiet architect of a global connection. His grief-driven tenacity was now the backbone of a new era. In 1989, at CERN, Robert met Tim Berners-Lee, who was working on a way to link documents for scientists. Robert had built the roads, Tim was designing the cars and road signs. Over coffee, they realized their visions were two halves of the same whole. Robert's resilient network would carry Tim's user-friendly World Wide Web. Together, they conceived a global information space, powerful, accessible, and human. The internet, as we know it, was born in that conversation. Robert's UIP and Tim's web launched the first website at CERN in 1990, a tool to share vital information. At first, the internet was for scientists and researchers, fulfilling Robert's dream. Hospitals could finally share life-saving data instantly, but the network's power was too great to stay confined. With the first web browsers, the internet exploded into public life, used for hobbies, business, and community. The lifeline Robert built to prevent death became an everything: line, marketplace, library, post office, and playground. Its solemn purpose was overlaid with 1 million new uses. The network became a reflection of humanity itself. The internet's greatest irony, a system built to save lives, now carries everything from MRI scans to cat videos. Robert, once a recluse, had created the world's most social space. He saw that his network didn't just fight medical isolation, it fought all kinds of human isolation. The Wendy Project's heart still beats in every telemedicine call, every shared research paper. The network's true triumph is its unintentional consequences. It connects us in ways Robert never imagined. Its strength is that it serves both critical and trivial needs, proving connection is a fundamental human impulse. Robert's vow, born of loss, gave the world a tool whose humanity surpassed even his vision. Today, every click and message is part of Wendy's legacy. She never saw the internet, but she is the ghost in the machine, the silent partner in our digital age. Robert's mission to prevent tragedy became a universal utility, changing lives in every way. The network is a monument to love, loss, and the hope to make things better. So next time you're frustrated by a slow connection, remember the silence that once cost Wendy everything. Our connected world was a choice, a fight, a memorial. It is Wendy Murdoch's echo, a quiet pulse beneath the endless noise, reminding us every connection is a victory against silence.